okay? So.
Okay.
Right, wait.
Yeah. Okay.
He got it right off the back, okay?
Hey, you know about us. Skin folk.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's like everybody going to the cookout. They know when it's time to wobble.
That's fine.
Okay. He got that Soul Train bop. Like.
I just need the big pants.
That's bad fun.
All right, we are
That
back.
should be a sound.
Yo, every episode started off laughing.
No, because that you didn't hear him. Like that should be a sound. That was bad funny.
Wait, what happened?
I can't do it how you do it. You gotta do it again.
I can't do it how you did it. Do it.
It was the fact that they was both laughing. You didn't know what they was laughing about.
Look, I never know what they laugh about until I watch the audio.
That's crazy.
We're gonna have to wait till next episode to find out. Be on midnight. That's what it's laughing at.
Yo.
No, but we are back. Yes, I know it's been a minute. Probably not for your uploads, because this episode going to be consecutive. But we back in the spot recording. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It's some tough times, but I'm happy we back. Right. We're glad to be here.
It's progressing, so I love it.
And we got a special guest today. And man himself.
It was the mermaid hands for me.
How you guys doing? My name's Highclass. Y'all wanna know a little bit about me?
Yeah.
So currently I'm 25. I'm a music artist, a travel barber. I'm actually a lounge manager. I have a sprinter. I do mad stuff actually. I have a clothing line. There's a lot going on. You feel me?
Serial entrepreneur.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
Black entrepreneurs, you know the vibe.
We love it. You know how we get down over here.
That's what it's all about, you feel me? Like, literally just supporting other black entrepreneurs while being a black entrepreneur yourself. It's like, that's the only way that, we can even come up in this world and really, like, get far and everything like that, so. And then at the same time, you inspire the young ones. You feel me? You inspire the people after you to live after their dreams, realize that you can make money from anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know people that make money sleeping, it's clipped.
It's facts. Alright, so Jimmy, what we here for today? What we here for? What's the meat and potatoes for today? Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it.
We're just gonna assume y'all know our names right now, so
Yeah, you don't know. You kind of lacking. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, you gotta catch up a bit.
You know, like the umpteenth episode, you might have to go back to number one.
But yeah, so we here, we're cool to talk about modern dating and just basically the realm of modern dating, the incentives, the disincentives, what kind of, I guess, prompts people to stray away as we popularly see now and stuff like that. Ooh. So honestly, we finna start it off hot. Do you even think there's hope? Let's talk about it. I mean, man, I've been seeing so many things. I kid you not, literally just within the last 24 hours, I'll probably on social media and be like, this guy's like, oh, I've never encountered a woman that didn't cheat. And then there's a woman in the comments be like, well, I never encountered a man that didn't cheat. I'm just like, man, y'all literally look like y'all cheating each other, bro. So it's just like, there's just like a lot of people just like completely giving up, completely be like, you know what? Everybody for the street to be included, so it is what it is.
It is what
time
it
to be
is.
out here. So I don't know. What's y'all thoughts on that? Y'all think like there's hope? Can romance come back alive, and where people actually, try?
If we stop paying attention to social media and Instagram, probably. Because I feel like Instagram is so confusing. Y'all know those pages that only post quotes like Justin LA Boy?
Yeah.
And like there's actually a page that I like that too, Justin LaBoy. I don't know. Whatever your name is, I like it. But it's also a page called Single City Women.
I've heard of that.
That is like Justin LaBoy on crack. Like literally like those are his posts on crack. Like for real. And it's so funny because now it's like Justin LaBoy kind of gives everybody's perspective. Like it might be a woman who posted it, he comments on it like with his caption, or it's like a man posted it, or it's his post, right? this one is specifically for women, like, and it's crazy. Sometimes it looks progressive, like, it looks like, okay, we're going in the right direction, be a whole in your singleness until you feel concrete enough to find a partner, and hopefully you meet a partner who is as concrete in themselves as you are. And then the next post is the total opposite. It's like, we were almost there. Like, yeah, if we stop paying attention to social media or intertwining with both social media pages that are like that, then yeah, possibly. I'm speaking for myself specifically.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I feel like social media can get in the way, but I also feel like it can't. And like, the reason I say that is, like, me personally, I'm in a position as a barber where, you know, you get to listen to every single conversation from every goddamn man. You feel me? And end of the day, unlike when a guy's talking to his girlfriend or when a guy's talking to his bros, as the barber, it's like, no, I'm gonna tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. You feel me? I've had somebody come to me and say, yo, I just... Whoa, what?
Wait.
And you sat in my chair?
You said my chair?
Now my eyeliner.
You feel me? It's like...
Wait.
It's like, why you giving me this?
Whoa.
Like, what?
You got too much dip on your chip.
Wait, you for real, bro?
Bro, literally, he says, I was on my way for the haircut, and the car went doo-doo-doo, and I still came for the cut. And I was like...
He was like, I wasn't missing this appointment.
Like, bro, like, what do you... Is the guy okay?
You know what's funny when Rich's face is red? Like...
Like, so I'm in this position where I'm hearing these secrets, you feel me? And I'm hearing different things from different guys. I'm hearing which guys is actually faithful, which guys is actually just cheating, which guys is actually dirty, and it's like, yo, I'm hearing all that stuff. But then, being the type of person that I am, as far as like the fact that I'm a listener and the fact that I actually give good advice, women come to me too. You feel me? And they get comfortable. And it's like, all right, so I see that you're loyal. Okay, I see that you have 5 guys. 5. Like, damn. And all of them think that they're the main guy. And it's like, wow, son.
Dinner.
Bro, last episode we talked about...
You feel
We
me?
got 2
Like,
stacks in the day.
like, I'm not gonna say all women, but there's a lot of women in this world that got the food guy, the party guy, the rent guy, the gifts,
guy.
Trips.
the one to text, the one to have sex with.
Weed guy.
It's like you have all these different guys, and they all
magazine
think
catalog.
that they're the
Pay my
guy.
rent.
You feel me?
They
Pay
think
the
they're
rent.
that guy,
Yo.
but you're not that guy, pal.
First of all, you're all that guy. Like,
But then
You all collectively make one whole man.
and it's crazy because like same time, it's like, all right, so there's no hope. You feel me? It's like it's no hope. Being a guy that has a lounge, you know, I'm into parties. I'm in backstage with the strippers or whoever got to be, the bottle girls, bartenders, whatsoever. I'm talking to people in the parties and everything like that. I'm, as a promoter, you know, people buying bottles. Some of these people be coming in. It's like, yo, my wife's on the way. Wife's on the way. You come here every week. What you mean your wife's on the way? My wife's on the way. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know you was married. He's like, yo, just cool for me. And when she gets here, she's gonna be here for 5 minutes, and then when she leaves, my girl's gonna come. And I was like, whoa, it's crazy. This is mixy. You feel me? So it makes you think like, I bet there's no hope. But then I got a couple friends that's actually in loyal marriages. You feel me? And I'm seeing these moments, and I'm like, wow, like there's hope. There's hope. I was at one of my bros' baby showers, and it was a baby shower and a gender reveal. And then after the gender reveal happened, everybody's cheering and everything, and he's standing on stage, and then he proposes. And I'm standing here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've known this guy for like over a decade, like, and he's proposing right now. Yeah. Oh, this is
he
fire.
put all his eggs in one basket in that one.
feel
It's
me?
like,
Literally.
And it's crazy because up to the moment that he found out that he had a child on the way, he was telling, like, I knew when he was a Trish, I knew when he was starting to get into the relationship, and I watched the relationship change him, and the relationship actually make him a wholesome guy, and be an honest man to his girl, and he actually went down the lane the correct way with the relationship. And to see that relationship now turning into a marriage, it's like, oh shoot,
Maybe it can't work.
It can work. It can work. And these are people that be
do
on
change.
social media. You feel me? These are people like, what's it called? I got a friend who's on he's a YouTuber. So you know he's on Instagram. Him and his girl's a YouTuber. So they're definitely on social media, you know? And then with over 100K followers, it's like, yeah, you on the media, bro. You know how it works, you feel me? But even them, they're in a happy relationship about 5 years, going, have a whole YouTube together, making money, have their child, now they about to get married, and it's like, oh shoot.
They did that.
They really doing it. They doing it, you feel me? So I feel like it's possible. Like
I have a question, all right? So if they had the gender reveal and the baby shower in the same day, what kind of gifts did people bring?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea. I had to leave.
Oh.
I made a mistake that night. You feel me? Took 3 edibles, it was over for me. I made a mistake that night. I was falling asleep. I had to go.
Even if you was there, you wasn't gonna be there.
You feel me? I wasn't ready.
You was being the baby coming down.
I was already falling asleep. It was over for me. I had to go.
I'm done.
So I have no idea.
That's crazy.
But the food was amazing though.
I bet it was.
I bet it slapped different.
Bro, I've never been to a baby shower / gender reveal and it was a lobster. What? I need a lobster?
Oh, nah,
this
that's fancy.
is fancy.
He knew he was proposing that night.
Yeah,
he
he
said,
knew.
"Nah, we gotta have a wedding menu tonight."
He knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nobody else knew, but he knew.
That's a vibe. Listen, I don't want to get married if he ain't setting them standards for real.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, I think what cool with spin is facts. It's like too many times people look at remember the scarcity versus abundance mindset. Like, okay, we know that there's a lot of people who are bad. Like, it's just facts. When you're obnoxious, you tend to scream and shout. But when you handle your business, you're not screaming and shouting. You handle the business.
Yeah.
And that's just facts. It's like if I'm in a committed relationship, that takes time. I'm not going to be on social media. I'm not going to be posting me putting in work because my work is for the woman I love.
Right.
My kids are the woman I love. I'm not showing stuff. People who are hurt tend to post, yo, you know, cheeks for the win. You know, like, you know, like, oh, and it's facts. Like, you know, like,
Facts.
you know, I went to the club tonight. You know, I bagged some women tonight, and it's like that's their like approval. But it's like men will be like, yo, I was talking with the girl. I really feeling her. She's mad smart. She got a head on straight. Like she's ambitious. She said yes to me on a date, and she's mad busy. No one's gonna be like, I'm posting that. They happy, bro. Like, you know, and it's like. Thinking about it now, especially now because we're young, it takes time to reach that point. So we want people who don't know and don't know how to get there yet, and they're gonna be working on themselves. So it's like, you know, think about it. All right, people my age, who want to be surrounded by people trying to figure it out. By the time we see genuine, happy, you know, marriages or whatever, you feel like whatever is you. You're gonna reach a certain threshold, a certain age. Right now, you won't see that nonsense because the nonsense is ubiquitous.
Right.
So it's like, all right, do I want to be? And that ain't too about hope. You gotta question. If there's hope, do I want to be the version of hope? Like,
I like that.
Facts.
like if there's hope, do I want to be the hope? If, there's no hope. But are you hope? Like, do you like think about it? Are you putting effort to be the version that you want to date?
I'm not gonna hold you. That's my next caption though. That's my next caption.
That's really what it is.
Like,
That's
it's just
really what
facts.
it is.
Like,
Nah, I agree 100%. Like, even though personally I feel like I personally feel like there's hope, but I also kind of feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
oh yeah, definitely. Don't get me wrong.
Only because like literally it's just so many people that like keep kind of like doing the same thing. You know, like we've seen like those like those like the infinite circle type of thing where it's just like, you know, let's say like a-hole guy messes up a nice girl and then she becomes toxic. And then she manipulates a nice guy, he becomes toxic, and then so just circle repeats. And it's just like, it's just gonna be a point where just like everyone's just like, you know what? We're all miserable, but we don't want to be miserable no more. So like we have to change, or else, like I said, we're like no one's gonna be happy, like at all.
It's funny that you say that because about changing, that we all have to change, because it's like if you really, it's like Dom was saying before, social media actually has a heavy impact on, you know, the life of just relationships and dating and courting and getting married and everything like that. And when you really look at media, it's you start to notice that it's the bad that's more glorified. It's the wrong that's more glorified.
Oh my
You feel me?
gosh. I'm so glad you
Like,
brought that up, but I'm gonna let you finish.
literally, I follow follow a lot of different pages. So I'm seeing food all over my story. I'm seeing workout stuff. I'm seeing motivational stuff. I'm seeing gangsters. I'm seeing whatever. I'm seeing business people. I'm seeing luxury homes. I'm seeing bottle girls and everything. Like, you feel me? Literally a little bit of it all. Everything's just there. You feel me? And you notice that the people that are posting the most is actually the people that's in a bad mindset setting. And it's like you start seeing more girls feeling like, okay, I gotta be the bartender. I gotta get the BBL. I gotta be the stripper. I'm not trying to work. Who cares about being a lawyer when I can get this fast bread right here real quick? And then you see in a lot of guys where it's like, all right, bet I gotta scam. I have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The guys who are winning are scamming. And then they start scamming, and then they start being the guys that are winning. Yeah. Even though it's not like it's not that they're winning though. You feel me? It's not that they're winning. The girls with the BBLs. Exactly. Like, yeah. And it's like you're putting yourself into a lifestyle where you don't know who to trust. Off rip, you're already in that lifestyle, and you're saying, "Yo, I don't trust nobody." Mm-hmm. Well, shoot. If you don't trust nobody, you're not gonna be able to be in a happy relationship. Yup. Because I'm actually writing a book on it. This is crazy that we're doing this topic. Oh, word? Yo, I'm actually writing a book in the future. You know the vibes. I'm actually writing a book right now. On purpose. And the beginning of the book starts with teaching men how to approach women, right? And that was.
Did we have this conversation? Yo,
that was a big factor because there's a lot of guys who know how to approach women, but then there's way more guys that don't know how to. Yeah. And it's that feeling of rejection. You feel me? They feel like they're gonna get rejected. So I teach men how to actually speak to a woman, approach a woman that they don't know, and actually be able to get somewhere from there. How to actually be with that person, how to actually grow a bond with them, how to actually turn that into an actual relationship. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And then start showing steps on, just communication skills and honesty. You feel me? You can't have communication skills and honesty with somebody you don't trust. Yo, it's impossible.
Oh man,
I can't wait to read that book so I can recommend it.
You gotta be vulnerable to a little bit. Like, some people be working with a chip on the shoulder, and it's like, yo, if you want her to open up, you gotta open up too. I'm not saying spill your whole baggage and tell your deep dark secret, but it's like you gotta give a little to get a little. Right. And people don't get that.
And people are afraid of that.
Yeah.
They're afraid of it.
Yeah, and I be telling people like, yo, I'm not saying this like easy, but like at the end of the day, if you're gonna form a deep connection with somebody that you want to even make the claim that you love and you want to like do a lot of things for, you have to let the defensive walls down, right? Because a lot of people, when it comes to like the whole dating thing, they're like, yo, I'm keeping options just so that I'm not gonna feel heartbroken. It's just like, so then you will only be as deep as your options, which are typically just not deep because you're there it's there for protection. Mm-hmm. It's not there for a genuine want, right? Because at the end of the day, if you really wanted it, it wouldn't be just an option, right? If you really wanted them, if you really want that, that girl, that guy, they're not an option. They're the goal, and it's just like, so when people are doing like, oh, well, there's this girl or there's that guy, but I got my backup, so I got my substitute, so in case it goes wrong, I can bounce to that and I don't have to feel no way. I'm not gonna be sad on social media. It's like, yeah, but it's like you're not gonna get nowhere though. Like you're still gonna end up.
He was talking about that, Jimmy. Remember he was like, yo, bro, it's like, I don't want a woman who wants a boyfriend. I don't want a woman who wants me. And it's like, I don't want a girlfriend. I want her. Like, no. He will be falling in love with titles.
No. Say that again.
But that was.
Nah, it's just facts though. It's like I don't want a woman who just like wants a boyfriend or a husband. I want her to want me.
Right.
And like me as a person. It's like, or like I want her. Like when I think about marriage and woman, I'm like, the title's cool, of course, but like still like I envision her like she's like the pinnacle is not who she is to me, it's her herself as an individual.
Exactly.
And it's like too many times people fall in love with the title and don't fall in love with the actual person. It's like, this is why you will never even grow.
My God.
So question, right? Do you feel like in that case scenario that a title is not necessary? Because there are a lot of people in this world that say, all right, if there is no title, that means that there isn't really anything going on.
I think title is necessary. However, what I think is that it's it's too much of a hierarchy on the title. It's like a title supersedes my love for them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm treating them because this is what a husband's supposed to do, this is what a wife's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course, but like, don't you want to do those things?
Like they become
Exactly.
they
It's
become
different. It's
dependent
different
on
when it's a
the title
responsibility and you
itself.
want to do it.
Yo,
Yeah.
because that's oh my goodness. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I think one of my biggest pet peeves when people be talking about like gender roles and relationship roles and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, you can say like I did this, so I did enough, but no, you're never doing enough unless you're doing everything you can to maximize the happiness for your partner and the relationship.
I feel like if you
bro,
can
honestly,
say you're doing
everything
enough,
else
you're
is
not doing
insufficient.
enough.
Exactly.
How do you know when you're ever doing enough if you could say it? Like,
And any idea I have of like her being happy, I'm thinking, yo, I want to be happy because when she's happy, I'm happy. And I like that's what I really, really conceptualize. I can't get down with all this like, oh, yo, my girl's mad annoying, bro. Like
She want to spend time with me.
she was telling me,
she want to be all up under
she'll
me
be
all
all on me.
day.
But like, bro, wasn't you on a bitch trip for like 2 weeks? Yeah, bro, but that don't mean nothing. Like I was going away for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, why you so clingy? What?
Yeah, nah, it's wild.
Nah, that's a fact. Even just going back to what you said again, like, yo, because, like, you know, people be saying, like, yo, you don't even want me, you just want, like, idea of me. Like, that's what you're, like, talking about with the title things. Like, yo,
Yeah.
people just want somebody filling in a title, but it's just like, nah, it's about wanting the somebody.
That's what I'm saying, though. With
Yeah.
incentives,
You
think
know?
about it. Like, look, if you are a person, especially if it's like you're on the receiving end, think about it. Okay, let me be polite, let me be respectful. Because you're also showing how people should be reacting in the future. Too many times people be like, oh, why they being so mean? Why they being so hurtful? Because, like, they've been hurt. But, like, let's be honest. It takes some form of vulnerability to, like, date.
Yeah.
To be like, yo, I'm gonna put my guard down and, like, pursue her or pursue him or whoever. Right? Once you do that, if people are constantly mistreating you, once you do that, you're gonna get hard a little bit. You're gonna, toughen up. You're gonna put some walls up. So it's like with incentives, people talk about, oh, well, why people being so mean? You gotta think about, are you being genuine and being honest? If you don't like this guy, don't name him your phone as breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, that's OD.
Nah,
Like,
facts.
And just tell him, yo, honestly, like, hey, look, we talk about hookup culture. Like, if you just want that, say you just don't want that. I don't know. I want some cheeks. I want some buns.
I just want some food.
Facts.
But like,
Facts.
If she says no,
Say it.
if she says no, bro, I promise you, someone will say yes. Like, well, I'm kidding.
I don't make
no,
promises.
they
But like,
They
but like
will, though.
you'd
That's
be
the crazy
surprised. Like, you'd be surprised
Yeah.
how far honesty can get you.
yeah.
Nah, facts.
Hold on, before we leave this topic, because literally what that made me think of is, y'all know how, I feel like we talked about this before, but women can post on social media like, oh, if he not taking me on trips, if he not sending me money, if he not doing this. It's like, I feel like social media also gives that influence of expectation. When it's like, you're literally,
She's wilding right now.
you're literally looking for things that people do when they're in love, and you're not even in like with somebody yet.
Word.
You don't even know this person. You don't even know if they like you or you like them, but you want them to cash at you. You want them to fly you out, or like, you know how we be joking when we be like, oh, if they want to, they will. If she wants to, she will. If he
that's a
wants to,
fact.
he will. But he don't even know if he want. Like, you haven't even given him a reason to want to, and
Exactly.
vice versa.
Outside of the physical, but then,
Right.
but then obviously then you're gonna say, oh, I want to be valued for just the physical. It's just
Right.
like you can't say reward me for the physical, but value me for what I'm not even like.
And
giving.
no, like this mind reading self entitlement. Oh, I'm more than this. I'm more than that. Every time I ask you a question, you tell me why you being so intrusive. I asked how your day was. Why you doing too much? What?
But then,
I'm doing too much.
But then she has the audacity to be like, "Oh, can you cash at me for my nails?"
You're like,
Is that not
I'm
doing
a busy,
too much?
independent woman. Why can't you? I'm like, look, respectfully, I'm not trying to shade you, but like, I don't know this. All you show me,
I don't know this.
all you show
That's
me
a fact.
is pics at night.
Yeah, that's not.
You so independent, but you ask me for money.
Nah,
Yeah.
that is wild.
That part
Counterintuitive.
don't make sense
It
to
don't
me.
make sense.
And I have nothing against these women, but I could never be that woman, because I don't even like when men, like, I start talking to them for maybe 3-4 days and they come and they ask me for money. It's like, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, all of a sudden you talk to somebody for 3 days and they lost their wallet. What just happened? Like,
I'm not gonna hold you. That remind me of They remind me of the Tinder Sunda. You feel me? they enemies probably after them. You never know.
Real life.
You never know.
And
Real
now it's a
life.
big thing. Now you're talking about like if you wanted to, you would. Because here's the thing, yo. And I feel like a lot of people gotta hear this, because I feel like a lot of people kind of don't realize that like maybe the person that wants them has someone that wants them as well, and so it's also gonna be like it's like when that happens, especially with those men, I guess or just the people that I say constantly pursue their initiators. They be recipients as well, especially if they have good success rates, right? And so I also feel like one of the funniest, like I guess, comebacks to like if he wanted to, he would, is all right, but if she really likes me, I won't have to, right? And I feel like, and I was just like, yo, Heike, I was just like, yeah, that's kind of unbeatable, because like I've had so many moments where like I kid you not, they have girls that like me, and I probably spent like $2 on candy, bro. That's it. I didn't have to fly nobody out. I didn't have to take him out to like Fogo de Chao.
I was in a
I didn't have to do
room.
none of that.
I was in a room with like an
Fogo de
event,
Chao.
right?
Oh, you went though.
And someone was like, yo, there's not a man in this world who can tell me he asked a girl out and she paid half on a date. And I was like,
And I'm like, yo,
she's right there. I'm not gonna blow up a spot. We
I'm
was
not
together
believing
and she paid like
Word.
what are you talking about?
Exactly. And it's just like, yo, high key, it's just like many times it's like you can't, like the only time they just try to like over leverage themselves and be like, oh well, because you think I'm pretty, let's just like, so it's just like I better get X, Y, and Z, even if I'm not even giving you anything other than like a text per day. And it's just like, respectfully, that really won't slide with anybody that one has a lot of self-respect, because what am I paying for one text a day? Bro, what?
And they really do that. Like the world is so crazy. It's almost like I look at some things and I may joke and I be like, oh, if he not sending me this, if he not sending me that, he a dub. I be joking. I actually take men on dates. I actually did the other day. It's not that big of a deal to be like.
Wait, time out. Are you saying that you show interest in someone because you like them and showed them with an action?
No way.
Yeah. What? Like we've taken each other on dates.
Wait, whoa, y'all both do it?
Reciprocation.
Yeah, nah, this is reciprocation now.
Yeah, like I don't see, like, let's say.
Imagine a
I'm
world where we're
serious.
incentivized
Yeah.
to show love and care,
Yeah.
and they reciprocate.
Imagine that two people actually like each other.
And it's like he actually showed me that, and he made me feel comfortable enough to want to do it. I never asked him to take me out. He never asked me to take him out. It was kind of just like, okay, this is what we're doing today. Let's do it.
Mutual?
Like
Mutual interest right there.
exactly. We had matching outfits and everything. It's great. But it's like
Nah, that
But
means-
it's
that
like,
means- that
that's
means there's
what
a
you
post
do.
coming. There's a post coming.
oh no, we don't do that.
No pictures?
I don't do pictures.
we don't do
Then
them
you
things.
gotta-
We
then
don't do them things.
No face, no case. We Wizard
case.
Kelly out here. Like
Feel me? Well, but now hold on. Why can't you show the face?
because I feel like it's just more of my thing. Like especially if I'm dating someone and we're not necessarily like courting yet, or we not, it's no title on it. I feel like it's not necessary. Like when I post a man and show his face, just know that we're married. Like dead
so it's
serious.
serious.
Or on
yes.
photo
No. We're married. Like we're actually married. Like I could be with somebody for 8 years and you will only see his hands and his chest. Like literally, you will see
that's
his
really-
face
that's
in the
really
wedding
clear.
pictures.
Wait,
Because
so,
social media
If he
has
has a
such.
good sneaker collection.
Y'all can see his face too, yeah. On social media, like you guys, I consider y'all my close friends. So y'all might meet him and see him in person, but on social media, you will never see his face.
Yeah, nah, it was a mic.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't a mic, not.
It
But
is-
it was a mic.
It was a mic. It was a mic.
There's a chance.
But social
It's a
media, no.
possibility.
Social media, like I said, it brings too much drama. You could get the good feedback. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. You could give me that without seeing his face. Like you can congratulate me without seeing his face.
Facts.
Because once you show somebody's face,
That's
here
where
come the
negativity
women.
comes.
Oh, I've been with him. Oh, I had him last week. Oh, he doing this. It's like,
I mean,
Yo.
honestly,
come on.
and again, maybe because people I just date until not date anymore. Whole other process. We're not gonna get into that today. But yeah,
That it's crazy
Like-
though that you say that because like you can hear lies. You feel me? Like, for instance, like I was with him last week, right? But you was with him last week.
Every day. Like,
feel
what you
me? Every
mean?
day.
Like,
Wait, you was with him? Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Where are you
crazy.
high right now? How you get here?
Like, I actually
I didn't see you, sis. Like,
I actually know somebody, and they was telling his friends called him, and it was like, yo, I see your shorty coming out somebody's car right now, coming out of the car right now, and it's crazy because he was going along with it. He was like, yeah, and they was like, yeah, we see her right now, bro. And then he looked over at his girl because he's actually sleeping in bed with her right now, and he's like, yo, that's crazy, son. All right, I'm gonna have to talk to her. Yo, you feel me? And it's like.
That's an important
Yo,
conversation.
people,
Superpowers?
people really be lying. You feel me? People really be lying. Like I had somebody there was a girl I was talking to about a couple of years ago, and she was like matter of fact, not even a couple of years ago. It was last year, but she was like this world is crazy.
It'd be like that.
She was like how some girl said I had left with her. For wherever I was at, and I was like, "Who are you talking about? Like, what girl could you possibly be talking about right now?" When I know that I drove home in a car by myself, you feel me? Bumping some A Boogie. Like I know what are you talking about?
He's like, "Better
And
walk
they're
out
like,
the same door."
they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna show you a picture of her right now." She sent me the picture. I don't know who the girl is. I have no idea who this girl is.
Yo.
Maybe she was there. I don't know. I looked at her story. She was where I was at. But I had no recollection that this girl was there. I was sober. I didn't even drink. I had cranberry juice. You feel
Oh, so
me?
you was
I was
good.
really just feeling. I was just really chilling. You feel me? Like obviously smoking a hookah, but that was it. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, who is
Enough to
this?
get you out
Yeah,
there.
who could
That's
do brain
not
damage?
that's not enough. You feel me? Like I'm sober. I'm looking. I'm like, who is this girl? I've never seen her before. And it's like, yo, people really would just lie just to mess up something good because they don't have it.
Right.
You feel me? Rather than to go try to find it themselves. And then when they try to find it, because of the fact that they don't have trust, they don't even find it. You feel me? I know this one girl, she has an OnlyFans. This is ridiculous. She has an OnlyFans, right? And she said that she'll never post a picture of her sucking a man off. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I want to see why. So I asked why. And she was like, how, because if they end up not being together anymore, she doesn't want him to start posting videos of her sucking him off. I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, you make money off OnlyFans. Like, what's the difference?
If you
Like,
post it first, it's okay.
But
Like,
I mean, to be fair though, if we all know that, granted you're not a virgin, I'm pretty sure you've done it in the past.
You feel me?
We know it did it before.
But then she had said how she doesn't want him to be in a position where he could say SMD to her. And it's like,
but nine
and it's
times
like,
out
yo,
of
she
10,
actually
whether you
did.
record it or not, you still did it.
You
You
so
still
can
did it
still
though.
say that.
So he can still say it. But
That's what I'm
like,
saying. Like she didn't say I want to suck. She just saying I want to record it.
yeah,
Right.
not recorded. You
I
feel
don't
me?
know. I feel like
Meanwhile,
It don't make
if
no
he
sense.
does post it, it's kind of like, oh, that's normal. She has an OnlyFans. Like, nobody's going to look at it crazy.
Yo.
This is your lifestyle. Like, this is
This is your,
like,
this is,
Oh,
this
boy.
is your life. Like, this, is,
oh, boy.
this is what you do. It was only a matter of time.
Not another one.
Like it was only a matter of time. Like we knew.
Yeah.
really. Wait, no, you.
We didn't have to see it. Like
Gasp.
this is crazy. son.
What?
Like
No, that's crazy.
that's really crazy. It's crazy because it's like the lack of trust in this world is ridiculous. So it's like, how are people gonna get into these relationships? You feel me? If you're focused on a lifestyle where you can't trust anybody, I see people post all the time, guys and girls. Oh, my ops is outside. I'm like, yeah, ops. You have enemies?
you got an arch nemesis. This ain't a cartoon.
You have enemies? You feel me? But
I
then,
never understood that.
but then they say, yo,
this
but
is like
I'm valid.
an
I was like,
anime.
yo, first of all, who's hating on you? Like, I want to know. Like, I don't see.
I went to a party. And
I don't think it's a
someone
lifestyle.
was like, yo, wait, they looking at you, bro. I'm like, who? There's no one here. Like, the lights is on. I'm like, bro, literally, bro. Wait, we're here early.
They're
like,
still setting up, bro.
You mean the DJ crew?
Yo,
Setting up speakers with the back turned at you?
Whole time he could like your fit. And you over here
You feel
thinking
me?
that you got beat.
You think that
like,
they plotting on you?
yo,
Right.
it's just ridiculous. You feel me? Like, I was matter of fact, damn, I forgot what I was about to say too. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. I really forgot what I was gonna say. But in a position like that where it's like, yo, he could have liked your fit. Me as a lounge manager, I'm walking in my spot. There's a whole bunch of different types of people in here. You feel me? I don't know who some of these people are, but they'll come up to me. Obviously they're looking at me. I know that they're looking at me. I usually wear something that stands out. But then they come up to me and they're just like, yo, I feel like you're a person I gotta do business with. Imagine if I was a person that couldn't trust anything.
You mad paranoid?
You feel me?
You ready to pull a tool
It's
out?
like,
Wait. Logic? Whoa.
Okay, you want to do business with me?
Right.
If I was in a different mindset, I would have thought he was trying to kill me. You feel me? Like,
You would have stepped up like, yo, why you looking at me like that? Like,
I couldn't have that lifestyle. Like, I
Yeah.
can't. I hit up somebody one time. I was like, yo, I forgot where we was going. I was like, yo, let's go here. And they was like, yo, I can't go there. My ops over there. And I'm like, yo, I thought you said you was valid everywhere. How you can't go
and
nowhere?
imagine how that influenced relationships. Like, oh my goodness.
You feel me?
Being younger and growing up in the Bronx, it's crazy to hear that because we're like 15, 16. You're like, oh, I can't go up the block. I got ops up there. You're 15, 16. And it's crazy because that's really the life that some of them live. But it's like, imagine trying to grow up, date. Like, we had a conversation about that on the podcast about why women choose the men that they do. And it's like, that's what's in their vicinity. Like, we don't see anything else. And it's like, that hood guy mentality is just like what we're used to. So when something out of the ordinary, like someone actually being polite, having manners, and can go everywhere, it's different. Like, it's different.
So do you feel like somebody that was raised in the hood can actually make it out the hood?
They can, but it's mentality.
'Cause the reason that I asked that, right, is because Pop Smoke was trying to make it out the hood. You feel me? But he was not valid everywhere. So even being on the other side of the country, he still got smoked. You feel me? Biggie, he tried to make it out the hood. On the other side of the country, he got smoked.
Right.
Neither of these people saw 30.
It depends on I feel like it also depends on what you're doing in that lifestyle. Like, I know a lot of people start doing things when they're younger, and it kind of just like follows you, but it's like you gotta know when to cut it off. I feel like rapping about beef in your songs and it's like you're literally carrying that torch with you. You didn't let it go.
I mean, a lot of times though, just many times people talk about like how it's just kind of impossible to like leave the game just because it follows you. No matter if you talk about it or not. So I feel like half the time the song where they talk about it is just them making money out the situation, but it's like, you know, sometimes like, especially like a lot of these things happen like from a young age. It's just like they literally end up getting trapped, and then you know the cycle continues. But I do think it's possible. Not saying that it's easy, but I know many people who've done it. They've had to take more, I guess people would consider mundane routes to do so, but it's more than possible.
And also, I want to say too, is like the two things. I think, you know, no matter what happens, what outcomes of the future, I don't think it should deter us from going down the more moral high ground path. Regards to outcome, and also too, the reality is a lot of times the negatives is what get televised. We talked about this on another episode, like with with the police cases. When police lose trials, you don't hear it on the news. You know, like when things go right for the people who are doing the right thing, do we hear that? Honestly, name one time you heard something like
Literally
case.
gotta look to Instagram for that.
Yeah.
And it'll be like never told, never seen.
But you know, we hear murder, we hear killings, we hear like entrapments, we hear like convictions, like that's what we hear.
Every day I turn on the news, I hear somebody died. I never heard somebody was born, but I heard somebody died though. You feel me?
It's actually crazy you mention that. Like literally as a kid, I feel like I genuinely like even just like get frustrated with I'm like, yo, mom, dad, why are you watching the news? Like turn it off, just because like
I used to dislike watching it.
Literally, because like there's like nothing good. It was like every time it's just different news reports. Like, oh, this bad thing happened, that bad thing happened. Just like play some cartoons. Like
Right. I
this
just
is a
started
much
putting
better
two
way
and
to
two
start the
together.
morning.
Like good morning, it's like obviously the regular like morning isn't spelled like morning like you're sad, but it's like you're saying good morning, like Good Morning America, like the news. Good Morning America, and it's like
Someone
you're
died.
sad
Like
in the
what?
beginning.
Like, you
like,
really look at that, it's like, whoa.
but I'm thinking, I'm not even
That's
thinking
what
about
they
the
mourn.
regular
That's what they
morning,
do.
like the sunrise. Like I'm thinking about the morning, like you're sad, like you're pondering over something, because that's exactly what they give you grief in the morning. Like
But that's something too. Is like with the incentives, change what you value. Like literally, like, yo, I went out today. Let's say I like someone, right? Oh, they complimented me. That's great. I went out
Yeah.
today. They didn't like me, but they know to let me down, respecting me. They was like,
Yeah.
yo, honestly, I'm not interested in you like that, but I hope you find someone good. Right? Or someone they didn't curse me out. Like, start to value these little achievements and these little victories, because that is what kind of drags you and like triumphs you to the big victory. Like, you know, finding a partner, finding someone you actually value. It's like, people need to learn to look. Of course, there is a plethora of just negativity in this world, but am I going to value those incentives? Or am I going to value my own incentives?
exactly.
You know what it is? I feel like people just don't know what they want.
Yeah,
That too.
You feel? Because I know a lot of young ladies who like they'll tell me what they want in a guy, and none of the guys they've dated is like that at all. And
Like
but
that.
but
You're gonna break their
but to make matters worse.
Oh, nah.
No.
I heard like, no.
You know exactly what I'm gonna talk about.
Bro,
You don't
bro,
know exactly
like,
what I'm talking about.
literally.
You know exactly what
Store-
I'm
like,
But like
oh.
that to make matters even worse, right? Is that the guys that they're actually interested in don't line up with that either. So it's like you say the things that you want, but then you go for the things that you really want, because what you want is not what you want.
You just wish.
You just wishful thinking. You feel me? You still watching Disney, and you still believe in
Still
magic.
watching.
You
still
know what?
believe in magic?
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
I believe in magic too. But guess what? What you going after is not that. Like, do you see that? And it's crazy because like, it's like the neglect or the arrogance. Because it's like, when you ask, do you see that in the guy that you're trying to be with right now? No.
But it's not even like a
But not even
pondering.
no. It's
not
like
even
a.
pondering. It's
like
a no. Like, it's an
like
immediate no.
sometimes it's like, well,
Well,
they have this and this. There are more negatives, so you still think that's the way to go?
Give him a chance.
it's worth. Yo,
Like, yo.
it's crazy because I remember you literally recorded me and put it on Instagram. All right, so I remember there was this post that was going viral on Instagram, and it was
gotta
basically
see
like,
this too.
the post basically said, "Would I date me? Man, I'd be outside my house with a boombox." And I'm like, respectfully, every single person that I saw repost that settled for someone who didn't do anything close to that. And I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, we gotta do something. We either have to actually value ourselves enough to really say this is where we want things to be, or just stop lying and say
they
this is where our
chasing
standards
a
are.
boyfriend and
Facts.
not what they want.
Because like even then though,
they just-
I can't imagine if I'm out here every single, like let's say every time we made a recording, I said these are my standards, and then I'll pull up with a girl and it is nothing like what I said. That either means I clearly don't value myself enough to make sure I only get my standard and above, or I just straight up lied.
Imagine letting her
Straight
hear
up
that
lie.
audio and like thinking back to herself like, I am nothing like this.
It's like, yo, it's literally like telling people like, you know what? I'm about to go down. I'm about to go buy a car today. It's about to be a silver Tesla, right? Silver Tesla 3. Let's make it specific. You don't buy the car.
But mind you, you have the money and everything.
You have the money and everything, and then the next day, instead, you go and buy a car. But it's a blue Honda. And it's like, whoa! You said you said a silver Tesla. How did you go from a silver Tesla to a blue Honda? Like, you said that this is what you wanted.
Like, who sold you on
And
that
who sold
Honda?
you on the
That's
Honda,
the part that
bro?
bothers me. It's not just even like it's not that they just say like I want. It's that they say that I deserve. And like my thing is, how are you folding on what you think you deserve? Like
But this is why I get upset. Like you talk about it, like literally, like our woman friends who'll be like,
But even because it's not even like a situation where it's like, let's say people talk about like family dynamics. It's just like, yeah, I think I deserve better, but obviously for the situation, I'm a young child, I have to like be under this. But it's like, yo, you ain't gotta be with that random.
You're not
dude
tied to them at all.
Like literally, he was just a stranger. He technically still is a stranger because y'all barely even talked.
Right.
So
You don't even know his real name.
literally, you
From the
don't,
block. Like, that's
You don't know his real name yet.
you don't know his name, bro. And
call
it's
him
just
CJ
like
Baller.
literally, and it's just like, yo, I don't understand how you can like, especially because like they go to social media and basically almost like a daily affirmation say, I deserve X, Y, Z, but then allow somebody that isn't X, Y, Z to get next to them. It's just like, yo, literally, you either just don't value yourself enough to keep yourself to that standard, or you're just straight up lying for social
Basically,
media.
what bothers me too personally, what I witnessed is that specifically, a lot of people would like go hard. People who treat them like crap, but they're genuine friends you don't go hard for. Like people who've been there since you from day one, who support you, who care for you, genuinely there. I mean, physically there. Don't check up on them. Don't reciprocate. Right? People you went to high school with, whatever. But
I blame Drake. I blame Drake. He said no new friends and got mad new friends. I blame Drake.
that is true.
Everybody wanted to be Drake.
Dang, is Drake the reason why things like this?
But then, like, bro, like, literally, I've seen people be like, yo,
He did create.
I'm not checking my friends, but I'm chasing this guy who has literally cheated on me twice.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Had a whole kid and everything.
had a whole kid and everything,
That'd
and
be
it's
wild.
like, yo, you really like you sold your soul.
Right. It's crazy because
nothing.
I saw a post and I changed my mindset about how I view dating ever since. It said the difference between men and women when they date, men date who they want to date. Women date who they can.
I seen that.
And when I seen that,
That was
because
a spiritual word.
I'm listening to this conversation, and it's crazy because the most people that's in this predicament of settling are women. Especially when you see things like, oh, I want a woman that's like this, I want a woman that's like that. Those men actually go for that. And we see that whether they don't even have to say they deserve it. If they say they deserve it, they'll tell it to that woman privately, but they won't say out loud, oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. They go for what they want. They get what they want. 9 times out of 10, they're not what that woman wants, but because she's seen you apply pressure for her, she feels like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just go for that. Because he's giving me what I want in the moment, but he's not what I want. And that makes me think of the thing that you said earlier, when it's like, I want a woman who wants me, not just wants a man. There's a lot of women who just want a man. So if they display some type of affection, public affection, in a way that's different or makes them romanticize them, automatically it's like, okay, cool. This might be the one for me. Because we could say, oh yeah, I'm a victim of this. We can say, oh yeah, we deserve this, we deserve that. But we see somebody applying pressure and we like, oh, maybe there's a different plan for me. Maybe I'm supposed to be with somebody who's like this or somebody who's like that. But that's really a test to be like, okay, do you really want what you say you want or what you say you deserve? Or is it just something nice that you think of and it's like, okay, I think that would be great. Like it's a lot of things that goes into it for real, but
They're not trusting the magic.
I'm not gonna hold you though. I mean, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of that quote. Only for like a couple big reasons. Because like one, I do feel like at least our generation, I guess, in the one before us, we're kind of changing in terms of like rate of like who initiates, and so it's easy to say like they get who they can mostly because throughout history it's just like, well yeah, because they weren't practically weren't allowed to go and be the initiator. But I feel like that changed a lot. Word. And then even now, I also feel like a lot of men also be settling on, and that's why they're also extremely unhappy, which not saying justifies or anything like that, but then leads them to do a plethora of wild things from, I don't know, cheating,
Because I'm saying
leaving
too,
unexpectedly,
like even then, like the men
things.
doing what they want, the discrediting of the not acknowledging of the discipline, the wanting of like something of like high value, not like the the alpha male nonsense, but like genuine, like someone who cares and reciprocates and loves you and values you. Like even then, it's like I feel like from my experience, a lot of men just want everything. Like any woman that says yes is of value, and it's like, yo, bro, literally, Jimmy and I witnessed people saying, yo, she wasn't that attractive, but she said yes, and I'm just like, now don't get me wrong,
I've actually heard
it's
that
different
too.
when you say she's beautiful and everyone else thinks she's not that attractive.
Word.
Because you look, I'm not knocking anyone down. You think she's amazing? I love that for you. Just over there.
As long as you're happy. As long as you're happy, bro.
But like when you're literally deliberately saying, "Yo,
She's a 4, but
she's a 4 out of 10,"
she's a 4 that I could get.
but she said yes to me, so kudos to me.
Yo, bro, that's you? You feel me? Like,
That's
yo, bro, that's you?
Nah.
Chill.
Like I
You don't
usually heard that. I'm
hear
like,
your bro
nah.
say
Like,
that shit.
and it's,
If you
it's
say
crazy
chill,
'cause
chill,
that's
chill.
That's just like, I feel like that's just gross. Like I don't understand because like, bro, I feel like a 4 is really low, bro. 4 out of 10 is really low, and I know
4
it's
out of
something you're not
10?
saying to her face. It's just like, yo, imagine it's like, yo, yeah, I only think you're like a 4, but like,
Imagine saying that.
I
to
don't have
him.
anything higher than a 4 right now.
I'm not
Imagine
even
if
trying
people were
to go
that
less than a
honest.
6. Like, a 6 is low for me. Like I'm not even trying to go that low. Like I had a pastor one time, and he said, "Listen, if you want a woman that's a 10, she's gonna burn you, cause she's a 10. She's on fire. You feel me?" And I was like, you know what? I probably don't mind the fire.
I'm with it.
If I get some fire, I'm gonna just,
I want the smoke.
I'm gonna want the smoke. I'm gonna smoke my hookah. Let's get it. You feel me? But like, it's like I'm not
That's
gonna
what
hold you,
light your
son.
coal, huh?
Yo, that's gonna light the coal. Now I got a fire and I got a hookah. It's over. I'm lit. I'm lit. It's you feel me? But like the fact that like people are settling for what they think is less than a 6 or a 7. It's like, yo,
I think
you
anything less than an 8.
think that it's less than a 6 or a 7. You feel me? You think that, and why? Why did you settle? Sometimes I know there's a lot of guys, you feel me, that they'll have the wrong baby mother. The first child the first child they have, the mother is just, oh shoot, I messed up. This was a gargoyle. You feel me? It wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. You feel me? Like, but it's like, yo, like you just.
It wasn't supposed to happen, but you left it in. And 9 times out of 10, you told her you was gonna leave it in before you left it in.
You
and
feel
now
me?
You got a kid.
Like I get it, bro. Like you was in there, you felt like you was at home. You just went and did what you had to do. But now you stuck. You feel me? Now you stuck in this lifestyle. You feel me? This is a part of your life now. No matter what, that's the mother of your child, of your first child. If it's not your next child. As you for life, you feel me?
And that's why I feel like, you know, even beyond my personal convictions on, you know, stuff like that, I feel like, yo, at the very least, like, if you know you're taking the action, and we're all adults and we know the possible repercussions, at least let it be with someone you tolerate, bro. At least tolerate, because
At least have it make it make sense. Some form.
like literally, because then literally there's just mad resentment, and then that ends up being a boatload of trauma for the child. And it's just like, yo, y'all caused all this resentment for each other and an innocent child for what?
But not only that, it's easily avoidable. Like, come on, bro.
Ooh, I have a question.
They pressing you? Come on, she's pressing you? You're not even attracted to her, she's pressing you. Come on now.
Facts.
Oh, you don't get this tonight. You sound worse than me.
Heavy on the gargoyle.
No shade to people, by the way, just to verify. But yeah, like,
Heavy on the gargoyle.
Nah,
Like,
question. You could yes or no, or you could why and why not, whichever you choose. Fix your face, Rich.
it's probably an easy answer for me.
Would you or would you not date someone with kids? Why or why not?
Oh no, that's not. We told us already.
We dabbled on it.
We dabbled on. I mean, me personally, no.
Yeah, he said, oh no.
No, like it's not even a question. It's not even a question. No. And literally, with what I'm working on right now, yeah, no, not a chance.
I mean, I feel like you should also, I mean, partially is your answer now partially influenced by the fact that aren't even sure if you want your own kids anyway and stuff like that? Like, because I remember we talked about that.
That has nothing to do.
Okay, completely independent.
Completely independent. Like literally, okay, I don't want kids to be honest, because like.
So it's clip.
I want to see my life, but like literally, imagine like, bro, no shade, no respect, but like,
Nah, this is about.
It's about to have a lot of shade in this.
Nah, this is about to be
hear me out.
some Rick and Morty vibes. Right now. Like,
I'm not struggling with getting women. I don't think I ever will, to be quite honest. Right? Unless some tragedy happens,
catch, ladies.
please, God, protect me. But I'm not struggling. So it's like I don't need to settle when there's other options who have the freedom. Right? I'm not now. Once again, when you have kids, you don't have freedom. Oh, I'm a mother. I have freedom. No, you don't. You shouldn't.
That means
like
you don't take care of your kid.
like literally,
You don't take care of your kid.
If I have a kid, I'm gonna love that kid. Like respectfully, like my dad was in my life. So it's like I know a fact that like I'm like, yo, if I have a kid, for a fact, I'm going to be in this person's life forever. I'm like every thought I'm gonna have is for the kid.
Yeah, no, it's a for life thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like respectfully.
For life.
It is for life.
I don't think I have the life to be like, yo, let me have a kid now. And I don't think I ever had that point. Like I'm really ambitious. I want to do like I have mad projects in the work. I want to do more stuff. I want to do more and more and more. And with kid, I do less and less.
Speaking on that, I feel like people are looking too far in the future, and they're not looking on the now. You feel me? Like they feel like their life is focused on, yo, I have to eventually have a child. I have to eventually be married. I have to eventually be a grandparent. Do you feel me?
But not even that.
And it's like, okay, I get what you think that you have to do, but what you have to do right now is live your life.
Right.
You don't know if you're gonna have that long. You feel me? I know people that didn't made it to 25, and I'm 25 right now.
Right.
You feel me?
Bro, you was just
So it's
talking
like,
about Pop Smoke.
he didn't even make it to 20. He wasn't even able to legally drink. You feel me? Like, so it's like,
no, not say.
you feel me? So it's like you're focused so far in the future that you forget to sit back and say, okay, you know, let me focus on right now.
Right.
You feel me? Like I'm gonna miss right now trying to get to the future.
Exactly.
But even dating incentives, like back to it, it's like if I have a kid, I need to have time to love my wife.
Right.
That takes time and energy and support and effort. So like if I need to be invested in there completely before I even get to that point, I'm not gonna have no kid like, oh, I want a kid so bad, but I don't care who the mother is. What?
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
And not only that, like if I want a wife, I know that okay, I got to be a certain status. Like the woman that I want, I'd be like, yo, I have my business. I got to be doing good. I got to make good money. I got to be smart. I got to be independent to my own. That way, I know that she's not like needy of like I'm not needing her. I'm my own person, and I'm worth something of value to be with her.
It's not a
Like,
dependent.
I got to work on myself.
On top of that, it's like, how can you support her when you can't even support yourself?
Let alone a kid.
You feel me? And that is a child.
Yo, kids eat a lot.
And that is a child, you feel me?
They be tiny, but they be
I
munching, bro.
I can't afford a child right now, you feel me? Like you said, like kids eat a lot. Shoot, I eat a lot.
Yo, after this,
I gotta buy you
we're going to get burgers. And I don't eat no small burger, bro. Like
You feel me? Like kids eat a lot, I eat a
No
lot,
sliders?
and this kid eat like me. It's over. I'm bankrupt if the kid eat like me. You feel
I
me?
find it crazy how people literally have a kid their first 9 months into their marriage. It's like, bro, you didn't even get to enjoy being married. You don't even know who you are as a husband and a wife. You just went straight to parent. Like, it's not the same. Marriage is not the same as courting, dating, hooking up. That's like you're for life for, and then you have a kid for life that's coming along.
Same
it's like
bank account. Like,
I mean,
you
I
get it?
kind of
you just interrupted your marriage.
I think it partially depends. I mean, how long they were like together before marriage, because it also depends on how many things they change afterwards. Because I know some people don't even like move in until after marriage. They don't, let's say, sleep together for the first time after marriage. So
That's the crazy
but half the
part.
time, if they cross those lines already, it's just like technically many times the only thing that did change is the title, the last name, maybe.
That's true.
Whether they hyphenate, you know, you gotta redo documents with the hyphen, and stuff like that. But I don't know.
There's still a lot of things that change.
I personally don't rule it out because I do think at least in terms of what I would want for a future spouse is like, all right, is that individual still good? Is that individual still great? Is that individual still like quality for me? You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like, and I'm not saying y'all did this at all. I'm mostly referencing like a lot of things I've heard, you know, on the social media negativity, and you know, people just kind of like rule them out and try to be like, oh, some people literally say recreational use only, which I think is horrible.
That disrespectful.
That's crazy.
And it's just like, but like high key, even for single moms or single dads, y'all still deserve love.
Yeah.
You know, y'all Yeah, y'all still deserve love.
Richard said, yeah, just not for me.
Like, no, for real. Different strokes, different folks. And that's really how I feel.
That was literally the epitome of different strokes.
Different folks. And it's just facts. It's like, your life is your life, my life is my life. Like,
Yeah. I feel
not
like
gonna lie, hey, a baby mother,
Yeah.
that's not yours. Maybe a fire woman to your eyes. And I love that. For you. Like,
for you.
that's
Facts.
fire.
I felt
That you think that she's fire.
I'm like 50-50. I feel like it depends on one, your involvement in your kid's life, and how much I'm actually attracted to you. Like I really have to like you,
sure.
love
I would
you.
hope
and-
so.
I mean, I feel like that's the standard
Right.
regardless of a kid.
Yeah. So it's like
Can't be a 4 out of 10 on attraction.
You feel
Exactly.
me? I gotta be in love and be like, oh shit, you have a kid? Damn,
we
I
have
gotta
a
love.
kid now. Like
No.
Like-
We got a kid.
I'm automatically on stepmom mode, but
feel me? It's like,
I feel
shoot.
like at the
You're not
same
the
time,
stepmom. You're the mom that stepped up.
I gotta love you now. This is crazy.
you'd be like, can I take your dad's hand? Like I'm dead asking. But no, like, yeah, like I don't know. I feel like it's like 50-50. Like it really depends on how attracted I am to you off the back. Also, when you tell me you have a kid, because obviously people don't have to tell you right away because that's their business, especially if they don't plan on having something long term. You ready to have something long term, you let them know like, hey, I have a kid. That can, cloud some people's judgment, but again, it just depends on the person. I would prefer someone without a kid though, only because I am very stingy. And if you tell me we can't hang out today because you got to go pick up your kid, low key, I'm going to be tight. Like, low key, I'm going to be like, they're like, I literally cannot be top one priority in your life ever at any point because you already have a kid. And that honestly hurts my feelings.
Wait, do you want kids though? For yourself?
I do, but I only want one. Like,
So then would you-
I don't
Oh, yeah,
mind
so it's
two,
over.
but I only
So
want
then what
one.
happens?
It's over then.
That only child's gonna get both y'all time.
It's over.
Facts.
You've
I mean,
already-
if they have a kid already, clearly I didn't have to push that one out, so that's fine by me. But I literally only want to push out one kid. That's a lot to go through.
But you still feed it 2 mouths.
Yeah, but he was feeding it first.
3
Like
if your husband
it's
don't cook.
okay. Oh nah, he finna cook. I can't be with no men that don't cook. I like to eat, and sometimes I don't like to cook. I know how to cook, but I don't like to cook all the time.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I used to be strongly against it. You feel me? I was just like, yo, like, nah. If you have a kid, it's clipped. It's over. But then after a while, like I started to realize, I was like, you know what? Like a lot of people in my age range that I actually know in my like atmosphere of life have kids, like you
Right.
feel me?
Same.
And some
Fresh out
some
the
have
womb.
2. You feel me?
Or more.
So it's like, oh shoot, I don't know what can happen to me. You feel me? And it's crazy because a lot of them be single, but at the same time, I be talking to some woman, and after a while, I find out that they have a child, and I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous. Like you have a child, like you could have been me.
You could have been
Well,
me.
shoot, I could have been you. You feel me? And it's like, all right, I really vibe with you though, like you feel me?
Right.
So I don't mind, but same time, like I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like Diamond, you feel me? Like you got, if I can't take you out on your day off because you have
gotta
to
pick up
because
You gotta have
because your baby dad didn't pick up your son or your daughter. Okay,
Especially
I'm
if we're
starting
not
to
at the
drift
point
away.
where I
Yeah.
could
Also, that'd be another point. Like whether
Yeah.
whether they're on good terms and the other one's like responsible.
But no,
and stuff
but
like
no,
that.
I gotta
that-
have
I
to
just
know
feel
the
like-
relationship.
Like, unless I feel like every time you're like looking to date or being in a space to date, you're gonna be around multiple options. Hopefully, right? Unless all the options have babies.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, I feel like even
I'm
then
like,
you can
like
have.
that's my situation. I don't like.
I feel like you can. I mean, but that's why I said like it's about the prioritization of the individual themselves, because I feel like you can have a child and still be an overwhelmingly like significantly better partner for me than
Right.
a lot of them.
I was
I mean,
thinking
I agree,
that
Zane.
the
I
woman
agree.
that actually take care of the kids, she gonna feed you. She gonna feed you.
Yeah, facts.
She gonna buy you nice things, everything.
Listen,
like,
I'm gonna eat.
Y'all gonna all look
that's
tricky.
y'all mom.
I'm gonna eat. You feel me? It's
She
funny
might pay for
because
dinner.
it's funny because one of my bros, I noticed that every woman that he talks to has a child. You feel me? And it's like I get it though. It's because you know what it is. Like there's a lot of women.
Might have a certain.
Like
I gotta ask.
He might have a
When you say
fetish.
woman, how many women you talking about? You talking to as a kid?
So far it's like.
They talking in that name.
Well, so far it's been like the last 3 women, last four. You feel me? But he's been talking to them for a while, so it's like it's going off. It's like a pending process. You feel me? So it's like, yo, I get it because, no offense, but there's a lot of women that aren't really like responsible. You feel me? And I could say that as somebody that be in the parties.
That's fair. So
You
like the
feel me?
byproduct of it,
Exactly.
responsibility.
And they grow out of like out of need basically.
Because it's like right now a lot of women are living their hot girl summers. You feel me? So it's like, okay, you're free. You're doing what you want to do.
Sure am.
There's not a lot of responsibility there,
Until you're
But
forced. Like
once you have a child, you start building up a sense of responsibility. It's like, yo, I can't come home drunk because I have to make sure I take care of my child.
Right.
You
I
feel
can't
me?
spend money like
I can't
I
spend
want.
money like I want because I have to make sure I feed and take care of my child.
Right.
I have to do things for my child. I have to focus on actually making money and supporting my child. So it's like that responsibility kind of kicks in for a lot of women. And the reason why I don't say all of them is because I do know women who are still pulling up to the parties as single mothers. You feel me? And it's like, yo, where's your child right now?
With your grandma.
Like, where's your child right now? Like, go home. You feel me?
Back in the diaper bag.
Like, there was a girl that came to one of my parties, and I looked at her, and I was like, yo, what are you doing here? And she's like, what you mean? And I'm like, yo, I know you have bottles, and I know I'm gonna be losing money, but I have to be responsible here. Like, you have 2 children, and both your baby daddies are scammers, and you're single. I know that they're not watching that your child. So you're gonna put it in the hands of your mom, your dad. You feel me? Like, and in some cases, when they can't do that, it's like, okay, so you left it with a friend, a cousin. Like, who did you leave your child with? Your children.
And to do what?
You feel me? Like go home to them.
Yeah.
They need you more than the alcohol does. You feel me? And but there are a lot of women that actually do have a sense of responsibility over there, and in that aspect. And in some cases, there are some guys. You feel me? And I know that what's portrayed on social media is that there are a lot of guys that they're deadbeats and everything like that. It's like, but I do know some guys who like they're single dads and they're doing the best that they can. One of my friends actually, he actually goes to my church. He has 3 kids, single dad. Mother left them all. Left them all. You feel me? And it was a crazy divorce. It actually impacted him crazy. And he, for the past 6 years, I watched him take care of all 3 of his children by himself, doing it. From struggling to now he's actually making a decent amount of money. He's like, yo, let's go to dinner. I'll pay for everybody. I'm like, whoa. Like, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I like you.
And your 3 kids.
You feel me? And it's like,
I'm like,
yo. And it's like, yo, like he's been doing an amazing job by himself. And he's actually been able to talk to a woman and who's actually been able to find, because I remember he was telling me one time a couple of years ago that it's kind of hard for him in this position to actually talk to somebody right now because he's stressing with work, he's stressing to make the money to pay for everything in the house, he's stressing to take care of all 3 children. All 3 children have different activities, because they're all in a certain age group where they have things that they have to do and places that they have to be. And as a single father, it's hard for him to do all of that by himself. But so he was like, it's hard for him to actually build a bond with another woman and have a relationship and everything like that. Like, I didn't know that my life was gonna end up turning out this way, And he focused up, and now he's literally in a position where there's actually a young lady who actually finds interest in him, that he finds interest in as well. And they're actually.
I hope that turns out really well.
I've been praying on it.
Daddy's little girls. Y'all saw that? Daddy's little girls.
Daddy's little girls. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Nah, that was different.
That was different.
that was wild.
That was
though.
a bad predicament.
All I'm saying is
It be some deadbeat
I
moms out there.
don't want that. You feel me? I don't want that. It's clip.
Real quick, just to end this off though, since I think we're overall pro hope, right?
Yeah.
Pro hope.
Pro hope. So our best, I feel like we should just end off real quick. Each of us kind of be like, all right, so like, what's something that, let's say, what's it called? That we think like people can kind of implement into the like dating lives, like whether it's like mindset or action, to be the hope, basically.
Right.
Me personally,
you go first.
all right. So me personally, like me, kind of like being on this
If
journey.
you steal my answer, we're gonna have problems.
Okay. Nah. I mean, like me personally, I see a lot of people who like, me studying religion and trying to understand like, the route to go under. I see a lot of people because like I'm new in like certain cases. Like I feel like I always had like a moral high ground, moral high ground, like morals. But like now having literally text in front of me, kind of like depict what is and like literally blatant examples. I see oftentimes people could like quote things that kind of suit their needs, but in a more sacrilegious sense, and not the more like the moral sense.
Yeah.
It's like they want to quote things that like be like, oh well, I had freedom to do this, but it's like you shouldn't. Like you having freedom to do something doesn't mean you should do it.
Right.
It's like,
That's what in the Bible. We're like, yeah, you have the freedom to, but I don't mean it's good.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
don't
like,
mean it's good.
do you want to live a virtuous life? And I feel like especially when it's like
That's another topic. Freedom versus virtue.
like I just feel like in these times, right, we've literally been told you will be met with vices, things that
Trials and tribulations.
take you on the wrong path. Stay faithful and stay on the right path. Like we don't need someone else to do that for us. We don't need another person besides the relationship with what we have. So it's like I find that very weird. It's like, oh well, what happened?
You're growing.
Yeah.
I remember having this conversation months ago where you just didn't understand. You was just like, no, that's not for me. And now look at you.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's like
Yeah, I'm excited. We gotta post this.
work on yourself and work on a relationship.
These are the things.
That's what really matters. But I'ma digress.
This man had a whole different answer, and then he said, I'm gonna end, and I'm just gonna steal Jimmy's. I'm just gonna steal it. That's how I'm gonna close
Now
it.
you pulled that off well. You put those.
I mean,
You want to go?
Catch me outside.
You might as well continue that. You might as well piggyback on
I
that.
was about to say.
Honestly, but like, I was gonna say like, yeah, one, focus on yourself. Like, genuinely, like, kind of like what I said in the relationship episode. Like, genuinely be like, yo, how can I optimize myself as a human being? Right? Optimize my happiness, and honestly, optimize other people's happiness. What can you do to actually like make other people's day? I feel like people don't ask themselves that question enough. Like, many times I literally wake up and be like, yo, even if I'm like home and I can't go nowhere, I'm like, all right, what can I do that like, I don't know, that like will make my mom happy? Like, can I make her breakfast, right? What can I do to make my dad happy? I don't know, make a smoothie because he likes smoothies, stuff like that. But even another thing, smoothies are top tier, especially with a mango, best fruit. And another thing, implement a proper vetting process. Yo, I can bet the money that I'll ever make, y'all ever make, any y'all ever make, you implement a proper, thorough vetting process for not even just partners, even just friends, and anybody that encounters your life, problems reduced by like 99%.
Right.
I'm willing to bet. Try everything on that because like a lot of times people like allow people to enter their lives and there's no vetting process. It's like, oh well, we can't just have this in common, so we good. It's just like,
Yeah.
Bro, I told Diamond on the other day, like, remember I said boundaries create entrances. People think
Exactly.
putting walls up. No, you're putting a boundary up.
Right.
You're not welcoming the nonsense that people want to be giving you.
exactly. You literally putting the boundary doesn't mean you're stopping the good. It means you're stopping the bad. I mean, you only receive the good. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So,
I would say to acknowledge where you are in your season. Your season is not anybody else's season. If it's hot girl summer season, that don't mean you don't have to engage in hot girl summer.
Right?
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but it's spring break.
spring girl summer exists too. They all in the yammies right now. But it's like you don't have to engage in that lifestyle. If you know that you want something more, if you know that you're in a season where you need to be single, not even necessarily you want to, but you need to
Yeah,
be
you need
single.
that
There's
time.
still healing that you need to do. There's still a situation that you need to overcome. Don't force yourself. Like, I don't care who told you this, but the best way to get over somebody is not to get under somebody else. Like, You need to be more on top of yourself. You need to be in tune with yourself. That way, when it comes down to the things that you know you deserve, you actually go for what you deserve. Because 9 times out of 10, when you focus on yourself, you're going to give it to yourself so that your expectations aren't low when it comes from somebody else. So.
No, now she's dumbing.
Not the bars.
She's dumbing.
Yo, do you have to say any more? Do you have to say any more? You have to
That
go.
rhymes.
You gotta go.
But that actually rhymes.
That was crazy.
Nah,
Was it the best for last? He gotta give his
That
2
was
cents.
crazy.
I don't
I'll
know
leave
how
it
you
at
top it,
that.
but good
But
luck.
but that actually rhymed though. It rhymed.
she was spitting.
Truth that rhymes is always better.
Yo, it's always better.
I'm cracking up.
But nah, that's crazy.
So much gems.
No, but what I was
This might be the best one yet, eh?
what I was gonna say is that so I'm very big on, you know, the Bible. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible does have a lot of things to help actually grow an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best things that I feel like is important to getting into a relationship is actually focusing on what it is that you have to do. You know, they say that God has a plan for everybody. I do believe that. I do believe that God has a plan for everybody. And I know that God basically tells everybody that, you know, you have somebody for you. And that somebody for you is coming for you. But he's preparing them for us while he prepares us for them. So if we're so focused on trying to date all these different people, dropping our boundaries, like you said, you know, boundaries is literally just the checklist. You feel me? Keeping those up is, like you said, you know, important. And focusing on yourself is the most important thing, because you're not gonna find that person until you're ready.
Yep.
So no matter what you do, you're not gonna find that person until you're ready. And when you have the constant mistakes after mistakes after mistakes after, oh my gosh, how did I get there? You're gonna realize, oh shoot, it's time that I focused on myself and focused on what it is that I have to do. And then you start to find that person because you were finally ready after the mistakes, but those mistakes wouldn't have happened if you stopped focusing on your plan.
Word.
You
And
feel me?
imagine
You have to
met
take
that
it out of your
person
plan.
and you weren't ready for it, and you weren't ready to receive that love, and then
Exactly.
missed opportunity.
And now
You're
it's
just
gone.
sitting here filling
You feel
voids.
me? Now that door has to close. On top of that, doors that close do not reopen. But when they close, there's another door open. If you focused on the closed door, you can't walk through the open one.
Facts.
And if you don't walk through the open one, that door's gonna close.
You just gonna be
Don't
stuck
miss
in
your
the middle.
opportunity because you're so focused on something that's not even supposed to be there
That kind
anymore.
of blew my mind a bit. I'm just trying to fix it.
It's facts though. It's facts.
Don't don't focus on the opportunity that's not gonna be there for you anymore.
Too many times people
Don't-
like it's
I've
just,
done that.
it's just facts.
It's
People-
ridiculous.
People spend too much time on the possibilities that they ain't witnessing. Like you said, the now.
You
Like,
feel me? The now.
Work on yourself. That's really the goal.
Yeah. The
And
last,
last I want to say, like, me personally, like I said, you know, I'm very big on the Bible, and whether you read the Bible or not, it's a very great book. Definitely, I recommend everybody just read Proverbs. You feel me? Because Proverbs actually tells you different steps and procedures on what it is to be in the position that you need to be in, to even have a relationship with somebody, how to even have a relationship with somebody. But end of the day, it's like you gotta want it, because if you don't want it, then don't go for it.
You just waste
Because
time.
when you go for it with somebody who does want it, you spoil what they could have had.
Yup.
You ruin what they could have had. Now they lose their hope. They don't believe in magic anymore. And when I drop my book, read the book. Because it's going to tell you some stuff.
Definitely.
the last thing I'm gonna say, God cannot fill the seat of your spouse that you have someone else sitting in.
Facts. Sheesh.
Take that one
What's
home.
going on?
Oh, she's
Take that
Look,
one
I'm
home.
gonna stop it now. I'm gonna stop it now. Yo, nah, for real.
Too many
cool.
gems. Can we save some for next episode?
Nah, thank you.
Facts.
Thank you for pulling up.
Anytime.
I
It
enjoyed
was
that.
a pleasure meeting you.
I knew this
honestly.
was gonna be a good episode.
Definitely gonna share that book. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Where we gonna drop his ats if you want to meet link up or make business with the serial entrepreneur himself.
Facts,
You know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Word.
And yeah, honestly, thank y'all for tuning in.
Word.
Too many
Another
gems.
episode.
Yo, I'm gonna have fun editing this one.
Word.
honestly.
Yo,
You gonna be sitting there like,
the clips for this, bro.
Yeah, I hope you guys took notes for real.
Facts. We should have gave that a disclaimer. You need to have your notebooks and pens out for
I'm
this.
posting it.
Put it in the caption. Put it in the caption. It's gonna be the caption.
But yeah, so you know the vibes.
Success.